on to Monday Night Raw with the whole Bloodline saga and Solo Sikoa and LA Knight, yeah, but there was something else interesting happened yesterday. Bron Breakker, Oba Femi. Looks like we got ourselves a match at Sunday night main event, and these are some of your hot takes. We got Esther, 52527 says, a mid-show with a spectacular ending. Oba versus Braun is too soon. Oba should be going after a title. I like Braun, but he doesn't look like a match for Oba yet. Now, I would argue that Braun would look like a match for Oba Femi if they had booked him correctly, but at the beginning of the year, they completely fumbled Bron Breakker. But Oba Femi, they treated him like a star the moment he got to the main roster, and that has made all the difference. At Lemur says, all I ask is for Braun versus Oba to go 15 minutes of non-stop action that leads to the return of Bronson Reed. Ooh, Bronson Reed's looking pretty jacked. We'll talk about him later. And Jacob the Wrestling God says, I really want Braun to win over Oba. Not clean, with a returning Bronson Reed. Oba is a made man. Having Braun win instantly creates a main event caliber aura on Braun. Yeah, you're right, that is not a bad point. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Bron Breakker should win and 3 reasons why Oba Femi should win, and then we'll do more hot takes. The first reason is something I've already mentioned, the fact that they fumbled Bron Breakker so hard. Oh my goodness. Right now, he is the 4th most important person in a faction that was designed to get him over. He has fallen so far down the card, he could not even get a SummerSlam match. We need to do a hard reset to get Bron Breakker back to where he was and should be to this day. And, well, beating Oba Femi, I think that would do the trick. On the flip side, for Oba Femi, though, he should win because, well, you don't beat Brock Lesnar and then lose, unless it's to Brock Lesnar himself. But no, for real, he beat and retired Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar rose his hand and said, he's the future. I don't care if Bron Breakker and Oba Femi are the future. Oba can't lose the match after the big Brock Lesnar retirement match. You just don't do that. However, that kind of leads into the second reason why Bron Breakker should win. Oba can actually survive a loss. The dude just beat Brock Lesnar. He can 100% survive just a random loss. We'll all forget about it. He loses and we'll still be going like this the next time he walks down the ring aisle. Bron Breakker, on the other hand, that dude has lost and lost and lost and lost to the point where he's kind of like Dolph Ziggler, where we still like the guy, but we no longer believe that WWE is going to really push him. So we need to believe again, and a big win is pretty much it. The third reason for Bron Breakker to win is that it makes for a better story. WWE's going to do that thing where they have like three matches, so it would make more sense for Bron Breakker to win. He uses the vision, he has Bronson Reed help him, he does all these things, but he gets the 1-2-3 on Oba Femi. Oba Femi can be mad, and he could demand a rematch. He can hunt Bron Breakker until he gets that match. But if Bron Breakker wins, he has no real reason to give Oba Femi the rematch. Braun wins the first one, Oba wins the next 2. And it gives Oba something to do because it seems like they are just trying to hold off the inevitable Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns match. And that brings me to the third reason why Oba should beat Bron Breakker, and that's because I can see it. I think everybody can see it. It looks like they are stalling. They are stalling to get Roman Reigns versus Oba at WrestleMania 43. And if that's the case, we need to keep Oba absolutely as strong as possible. We need to keep Roman absolutely as strong as possible. So it seems like 2 unbeatable forces colliding. That will make it more epic. Have Oba win right here. Allow this to build character in Bron Breakker, where he starts to question, well, maybe I am not the future. And then he has to start from the bottom and rebuild himself back up. So then when Oba beats Roman at Mania, Bron Breakker could have spent all this time time rebuilding himself and be Oba's like first challenger, arch nemesis even. So to get the most money we can from Oba and Roman, Oba needs to beat everybody on that path to WrestleMania 43. And he'll win the title there, and you boys, you gals, you can win this title here. All you gotta do to win is comment below and subscribe to the channel. For real, I'm giving away a championship title at 30,000 subscribers on my quest to quit my day job. Like I said, comment, subscribe, that's all you gotta do, and you can win this belt right here. It's not a toy. It's a replica, and it can be yours. All right, let's look at some more hot takes. We got Money on Repeat says, I hope this isn't it for Lyra. She is a really, really good technical wrestler. Becky and Bayley approved. I am just scratching my head at what we've done with Lyra Valkyria. They tried and tried and tried to get her over, and finally she does. She gets a great character change, a great heel turn, a great match against Bayley, sends Bayley packing, and then she's off TV for a month. She had all the momentum in the world, and then they just completely stopped it. I literally said on my Saturday night's main event review, don't take her off TV, because if you do, it will kill everything, and that's what happened. Kid Wilkes says, I just got back into the car from the arena, and I'll say it was a solid night. So Kid Wilkes went to the show with the Usos being absolutely hilarious. Can't wait for Jacob Fatu to once again yell, I love you, Solo! Yes, when he yells, I love you, Solo, that place is going to erupt. But you are right. The Usos last night, that was the most entertaining they have been in years. Oh my God, I loved Jay and Jimmy tonight. Like, please, more of that. WTF Patch says, I have a question. Like you say, you don't connect with Stephanie Vakir. I feel the same way about Javon. He's a good, high-flying wrestler. Besides that, I can't take him serious. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes there's just people you don't like for whatever reason. Stephanie Vakir, I mean, it's not that you don't like him, you're just like, I don't feel anything whatsoever. Stephanie Vakir for me, I just like, you know what? That's not enough character work for me. Great wrestler, but yeah, just doesn't do it. So, like, I'm happy she's on the roster. I can tell that she loves wrestling, just doesn't do it for me. Now, Javon, I will say this, for a long time in NXT, he didn't connect with me. It wasn't until his feud with Paige that he really connected with me. And that's the problem why maybe Javon isn't with you, because they haven't really given him a feud. Is this his first feud with Big Cass? And even that, all they've done was Big Cass beating him up 3 times. If I hadn't seen his feud with Ethan Page, I doubt I would even like Javon right now. I wouldn't mind him, but I doubt I would be like, I like this guy. So yeah, he needs a juicy feud to connect with. And same with Stephanie Vakir. Give her a juicy feud and maybe I would connect with her. Bob Wolo says, I loving the Solo Night dynamic. It's a breath of fresh air. I hope it sticks around. Yes, it was good. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it gave off Rock Austin vibes. On some level, it definitely gave off those vibes. Solo being The Rock and LA Knight also being The Rock. But, like, it worked. They are so good together. Najib says, Solo cooked, LA Knight cooked, LA Solo. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Alfonso Passion says, I hope you soon connect with Stephanie, because I like her, get to the point and short words. I want to just fight and wrestle. So there you go. There you go. Some people, I don't connect with Stephanie. Some people do. Well, it works. It seems like more people connect with her than don't. So you know what, Alfonso Passion? I hope I do connect as well sooner than later. Chief TV says, is the Bloodline and Roman heels? Up until tonight, it's been a little ambiguous with, like, you know, every once in a while, Roman would just do something really heelish. But tonight, absolutely heels. I hope this is going forward. And I really hope that it's not just when Roman and the Bloodline are together, they're heels. I want Roman to also be a heel when he's in a singles match. Because if Roman had even played up to the crowd a little bit, then it wouldn't have hit as hard as it did when that thumb connected with Roman's throat. Errol Noir repeats what I said, so they turned Lyra heel, gave her a little momentum on Saturday's main event, then immediately cooled her off by keeping her off TV for weeks, only for her to show up and lose to Soul. Pardon my French, but what the actual beep? Appalling. Agreed. Pops the Father says dropping weight will be good for Big Bronson in the long term injury-wise. Looking forward to seeing how he's used when he returns. Okay, so there is a picture of Bronson Reed going around looking jacked. And everybody's like, whoa, holy cow. And I am also like, whoa, holy cow. Like, that is a body transformation. Good for him. I am going to say this, though. I am a little afraid. Bronson Reed had a very unique look, and now that unique look is not so unique. He's jacked, and probably for health reasons, it's going to do wonders for him. But he no longer has that body type that only him and Otis had, really. And then with the tsunami, I don't even think it won't even be a tsunami anymore. Now it's going to be like a Superfly splash almost. It's like, yeah, like, good for him, but now I fear he's not going to stand out visually. Derek Magnum says, my hot take is we need Jacob Fatu and Solo and LA Knight versus Roman and the Usos. This is probably going to be War Games, because there's already Zilla Fatu on NXT. Royce Keys will probably come back. I know typically they've done 5-on-5, but you can do either or. So just get rid of one guy. It's 4-on-4. So there you go. Usos, Zilla, and Zilla and Roman versus Royce, Jacob, LA, and Solo Sikoa. Mr. Pete says it's been a long time since I seen a Bloodline segment cook like they did last night. Yeah, when was the last time something was that good? Was it when Roman put his hand on the Rock's arm and said, I need you to acknowledge me? That literally might be the last time something this good happened. Like, oh my gosh, that was last night's segment. Go watch it if you haven't. That was amazing. Jimbo Slice says, just a reminder that WWE started sucking when Kevin Owens left and got better the day he came back. The Ruthless Depression era is just WWE without KO. Sure. Tracy Wood says, does anybody else think that the Lucha tournament is a waste of time? No way Roman is going to drop the belt. I guess it's just good exposure for AAA. Good exposure for AAA, but also good exposure for the eventual winner. And it's going to be Penta. Has to be Penta. Because, you want to be seen in the ring with the champion, let alone Roman Reigns. A match against Roman Reigns on free TV? That's rarer than a shiny Pokemon. And another way to look at it is this. I still, to this day, remember Bret Hart facing 1-2-3 Kid, X-Pac. It was a great match. In no world did I think that X-Pac was going to win, and it was just a waste of time for the champion Bret Hart, but yet that match showed out, and it was a career-making match for X-Pac. So even if Penta is going to lose to Roman, like, if they play their cards right, if Penta plays his cards right, it could still be a career-making match. This is a great opportunity, even if the outcome is set in stone already. Tiz Mickey says, I don't care what anyone says, the Bloodline is always the best part of the night for me. I agree. Like, if we are getting segments like that, even half as good, but not, bring it on. You don't like that Roman Reigns has been the top of Raw for the last 4 years? Okay, show me a better story and I'll go with it. I don't care if Roman is on top for 23 more years if I'm getting segments like that. And Tiz Mickey says, I'm scared that with Tatum Paxley on SmackDown, they're going to bury Lyra's new character. Tatum should have been on Raw with Lyra, and now they have Lyra losing. I think, you're right, they are. I didn't even think about how similar they are. In fact, Lyra even kind of cleaned up herself a little bit, and she is kind of giving off Tatum Paxley vibes. Okay, interesting. Yeah, maybe they should have been a tag team. Maybe those two should have just been a tag team, but you could be right. The Lyra Valkyria push could be going to Tatum Paxley now. I didn't catch that. Dopamime says they still got Cass attacking Javon, so I guess they're just going to give up on Javon Evans, and now he is a jobber. I don't think Javon is a jobber now. I just think Triple H doesn't know how to write stories. He's literally thinking, oh, this is a banger feud right now. No, it's just Javon getting attacked 3 weeks in a row. TTJC says, I wish they let Dom cost Rey tonight or acknowledge that Chad legit wasn't able to touch Rey or Penta till Dom sent him down the path of becoming El Grande Americano. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind that. That would have been cool. I think I do want Dominik coming out and starting to get in Chad's face saying, I gave you that phone number. It's OTW says, never thought I'd see the day that Jacob Fatu would be opening doors for another man, but here we are. Yeah, Jacob just standing there to open Roman's door. Like, I really liked Jacob and Roman just like a month ago, but now it's like Jacob has been totally neutered. It did kind of help tonight because he just stood there because he couldn't touch anybody and he was kind of being passive aggressive about it. But yeah, I really liked like a month ago when Roman was like, I'm the only one that understands you. They felt like they were getting closer, and now they're worlds apart again. Dashy Negan says, not enough matches. I would argue not enough matches with story. There was like almost no story throughout Raw with the exception of the final segment and Oba and Braun. The whole Lucha tournament, there's just zero story behind it just because they're trying to kill time. You could literally have Roman have a mini feud with Penta. We don't need a tournament to have that happen. Callie Scott says WWE is going to spread the Stephanie, Liv, Becky feud out for months. I can feel it. Oh, God, you're probably right. This is going to probably go 6 months, and it's going to be like, this could be like a 3-month feud, maybe a 2-month feud, and they're probably going to do 6 months and just kill it. Just kill it. And by the way, it's my brother's birthday today. Can you wish him a happy birthday? I'll do one more than that. First off, I will say, Kelly Scott, brother, happy birthday, my friend. But if you go to the comment that you wrote this on, I'm actually going to leave a voice note for me singing happy birthday to your brother. Wrestle Don says, last night was the first time I was out the edge of my seat in probably 2 years. The ending really felt like must-see TV for the first time in a long time. You are right. This was not just a moment that comes out of nowhere where you have to be like, oh my God, what just happened? This was something that was planned and you tuned in for, and then it lived up to expectations, exceeded expectations. It wasn't just some like shock victory or some shocking moment. This was well-written TV. Also, Rey Mysterio is timeless. He turned back the clock to 2005 last night with Chad Gable. Amazing match. Holy cow. I was not expecting that match to be that good. I mean, I knew it was going to be all right, but Rey Mysterio really showed up. How is Rey still going? I watched that guy in WCW. When WCW was beating WWE RAW, I was watching him back then. How is that dude still going? Wrestling Cash says, creative has a real opportunity to shake up the WWE and have Solo somehow cost Roman the title to LA Knight. That would be insane. Huge headlines, pop of the year, please, Triple H. Yeah, oh God, that would be so cool. That would be so amazing. So amazing. And then Roman can go and have a little feud with Solo Sikoa while LA Knight has the title for 2 months. And then Roman circles back, he wins it. And then Roman can go fight Oba at WrestleMania 43. But the moral of the story, LA Knight champion 2 months. Would love that. Not going to happen. I wish. All right, boys. All right, girls. Those are your hot takes for Monday Night Raw. See ya. Bye.